So welcome to Journaling Gem Life, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today is all about my planner lineup. So I have decided that I will be moving out of my Rosy Life Planner A5 size and divide things up into 3 different planners instead to see if that might work better. And I'm going to take you through all of it, showing you exactly how I'm using my books, and maybe I will even be so lucky to get some tips from you guys on maybe how I can approve and try out new things as well. So let's just dive right into this video and let's see what awaits us. So let's see, let's start with this. So I have been using the Rosy Planner A5 and I do love it. Like, I have everything in one planner, but I felt like it was starting to get a bit too much. So I do have the space for it. It is a catch-all planner. It is big enough for me to have space for it, but I was finding that I got less productive. So it was so easy to mix everything together. So I thought, why not try to separate things? So I have now put this aside and I have moved into 3 new planners. And one is a new main planner, and the second one is a health planner, and then the last one is a productivity planner. So hopefully that's gonna make me feel like I am more in control of every part of it instead of everything mashing up it into one pile. So let's see, I have not gotten a new cover yet, so I'm still using my A5 cover because my new main planner is this one. This is also from the Rosy Life Planner. It is a compact and it is a vertical, and we're going to talk about this at the very end because this is my biggest challenge ever when it comes to planners, and I don't know if I will be sticking to it or for how long, or if I'm going to change things out a bit afterwards, but we're going to talk all about that in a minute. So let's put this to the side for now. Now, the first book that I want to talk about, I have 2 books from the Papertess design, and I want to get this out there so we're done with that already. Like, I am not an affiliate with Papertess Design. I do not have any code for you for these books. I am, however, part of the PR team for the Rosy Life. So I do have a code, Elin15. If you want to check her stuff out at her shop, you can use my code and get 15% off at the checkout. Now, it does not apply to the subscription kits or theme boxes or notebooks and planners, but everything else in her shop you can use my code for, and I do get a small commission to use for buying new products to review for you guys. So now we gotten that out of the way, now let's dive into the books, and I'm going to give you all the pros and cons of everything. So my first planner that I want to show you is actually this one. So this is the weekly notebook booklet from Papertess Design, and I am using this as my health planner, and it's mainly because I'm not working out, I'm not trying to lose weight, I am just tracking like all of my symptoms, all of my issues, so that it's easier for me to keep track on my progress from month to month. So in order to stay on top of that and have everything in one place, I wanted that on its own and not in my main planner. So that's how my thought process of all of this really started. And I found that this book right now is the book that is really actually working perfectly for me. And it's super easy. I do not use this book for anything. Like the stickers here are from the Rosy Life Planner. I just tried and find like these. I love this because the theme box from the Rosy Life Planner was for this month, nature and nurture. So it was actually perfect for my health planner. So of course I had to use that in here. But I do have other stuff as well that I'm going to show you. But I don't use any trackers or anything like that in this book. I am only in this book because of this weekly layout. And the way that I have been using it is like this. So once I first tried it, I did not bother laying down any stickers. I didn't know if I wanted to keep it, how it would work out. But I could already see, like, I moved in on a Friday and like I already filled up. No, actually a Thursday. Yeah. So I filled up everything and it was just spot on. So I moved on to the next week and it worked perfectly. So what I have here is actually, I just want to have a nice positive note up here. And then here I write down everything how I am feeling. And like if I'm tired, worried, happy, joyful, energized, lazy, whatever it is that I am feeling, mentally or physically, I will write it down here. And then on this side, I will find one thing that is affecting me today that I am grateful for. And the reason is I found out that, everybody is telling you you should do a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for. Well, that doesn't work. Let me tell you, if you just list things that you are grateful for, it is not going to do you any good. What you need to do is tap into that feeling of gratitude. Like, I have thousands of things that I am grateful for, and I know that I should be grateful for them, but I don't walk around feeling that gratitude for every single thing all the time. That just doesn't happen. But I want to find one thing that I can really connect to and feel today that is affecting me, so that I can actually tap into those emotions. And that is actually gives you a sort of a dopamine boost that will last you throughout the whole day. So whenever you connect to something that you actually really deeply feel like, oh, I am so grateful for this today, then that will trigger that dopamine flow and it will keep you happier. So it will give you an energy boost for that day. So I do that every single day, just one thing, that's it. Now on this side, I have put up the hours starting at 10 p.m. until 2 p.m. And the reason is I'm not tracking my daytime, I'm tracking my nighttime because I am struggling with sleep and insomnia. And so sometimes I don't fall asleep until like 9 in the morning. And I do need a few hours sleep and I still want it to count. And just writing down how many hours of sleep is not going to cut it for me. I need to know when I'm sleeping, because not just the quantity, but the quality is so important, and to see if that is connected to some of the issues that I'm struggling with. So that is what I've done here. And as you can see, like, I am struggling. Sometimes I can go to bed like a normal regular hour, and then sometimes I will be like down here 4 o'clock and even further down. So yeah, like here it was 5 a.m. and so yeah, so far this week I've been doing kind of okay. I only got a few hours. I didn't get this many hours. I only got like 3 hours, but I did take a small nap during the day, so I'm just gonna leave it. And then the pink one here is my energy level. So now I can have the physical energy to do stuff, but I will still feel like I am drained, like I can't do anything. But I know that if I have to, I do have the energy physically to actually do it. So I just want to keep a track of how my energy level is going from a scale from 1 to 10. And then my excess here is actually how many times I am waking up during sleep. So I have a tendency, and especially if I go to bed early and get a long night's sleep, I will wake up 1, 2, even 3 times a night. And of course, that will be affecting the quality of my sleep. So that's why I wanted to mark that off. Then I want to stay on track of my vitamins, and I want to measure if I have a headache, because that is an issue. And I want to keep myself moving. So I have here take a walk, but it is actually like movement. My goal is just to make sure that I don't end up just sitting in my chair all day because I am feeling drained. I want to get up and get moving. I don't have to go for a walk. It can be other stuff. Like if I'm having a good day and I can do a lot of house chores, then a few hours up and running around the house, then I will note that as movement. Going to an event someplace, okay, well then I'm outside. I get to go outside of the house for a bit. So that I count as movement. So, and then also self-care. And I wanted to make sure that I also write down what type of movement, what type of self-care. Like if I have a headache, then why? Because for the most part, I know when it will happen and why. So I just want to take a note of it. And this actually is working really, really well for me. So here is this week is actually the first week where I really dived in, like being like, yes, I am doing this. I am keeping this book because this works. So that was my first one. Now, my second book is my productivity planner, which is also Papertess design. And this is actually the yearly planner, compact version. The problem is, it is a 2024. I thought when I ordered it that she actually came out with a 2025 edition. Like the end of last year, I looked at what was coming and it wasn't part of it. So I was like, oh no. And I really kind of fell in love with this book. So when I saw it and I thought, oh my gosh, oh, she did it anyway. She put out for the 2025 and I got it and it was 2024. But I am still using it. And so I have completely moved into this book. As you can see, I have my rosy life stuff, and I am not gonna bother changing out all of these numbers. It is just way too much work. This I don't use, so I don't really care. And for my trackers, I don't really care about the days. I only care about the date. So they can stay. I don't have to do anything. I will still use this. And going into this spread. So these numbers are from last year, but I am not following them. I'm just like, okay, so this is January, February, March, etc. And here I have all my holidays and I have my like monthly cleaning chores, and then I have projects, both outdoor house projects and indoor projects. And so I am listing these and I am using that to move into my monthly. I have not set up any goals because I already have my goals set up in my old planner, so I'm just gonna keep following that. There's no changing that. I just changed the books. So let's have a look at the month. So these are just stickers that I have from Temu. I had laying around. Whenever I go into a book, whether it be a new book or an old book, and don't really think I'm going to be using it, but I want to try different layouts and see how things work out, I will just grab whatever stickers I have. And these are just something I had from Temu. So what I am putting in here is I actually tried making this a sort of catch-all planner, so I can just have 2 planners instead of 3, but it is going to be too much. So I have all of my social media posts right here. This is everything that is going up for the month. But then I also had some appointments, and I knew that if I am going to have to color code to make things stand out from each other, then the whole point is gone. So I'm not doing that. This is just a productivity planner, and this will just be like all my social media right here. And then here, according to the week, I will write down what projects needs to get done. So here I can see I have a lot of stuff going online on social media, so I will probably not have a lot of time to do other projects. So that's why I divided it up like that. And then going into the weekly is basically like this. So it's a regular vertical layout, and this is too narrow for me to write in. I am not comfortable using it like this. So I have changed it into a horizontal. And that is the beauty of the vertical planner, because it gives you so much room to play around with stuff. And so I have tried out several different layouts, but I have ended up like I will be using this as this one. So this is actually 4 weeks, like 4 spreads in 1 week. So I have one showing up here. This is my social media, what is being posted. And then down here I have the same week, but all of my like household chores and projects and things like that. And then here is another one for all of my social media, like when do I edit what video, when do I post what, all this, the scheduling. Then on here is actually a 4th week, like it's everything is the same week, but just 4 different planners. And this is actually because I need to get better at time management. So this is for time blocking, to make sure that I stay on track, because I have a tendency, like I feel bad all the time because I procrastinate all the time. Like everything that is a little bit of work and does require some extra from me, it is so much easier to fall into the pit like, okay, but I have to do my social media. I love doing that, like editing, making pictures and all of that. And so I will dive into that and sort of just lose track of time. And I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I can move the other things to tomorrow, but then tomorrow comes and it's the same over and over. So I need to get my head out of my butt, to be frank, and start really paying attention to the times and making sure that I divide a little bit of time for each and everything that I set myself up to do. So yeah, holding myself accountable. Now I did try it, like I said, to put this as a catch-all, and so I tried a different layout. So I still did the horizontal here, but I skipped the vertical and put like happy mail, daily routine, and next week, still having my social media on top. But I will not keep doing that. I will go back to doing this, because this is true productivity. Like, I cannot come up with a better layout for this. Like 2 horizontals and a vertical and an overall view. So that's, I think, as good as I can get when it comes to making spreads. So if you want to try this out, and I would be happy to know, like, I would love to hear from you if you have sort of the same issues and you try this and see how it works for you, because for me it actually worked really, really well. So I got a lot done that week, and not just my social media, but other stuff as well. So my dailies back here, I have not started using it, but it will be just mainly like new video ideas, or yeah, just brain dumping, just anything and everything when it comes to projects and ideas, and not just for social media, but for everything else as well. So, and I decided I have an A5 slim cover from Jet Pens. This is a Midori, and I think it fits so perfectly. So I actually put both of my books in the same cover, and I don't really have to use this. I could just use it like this, and it works perfectly. So, but I decided I wanted to keep it in here because I have all my stickers and all my stuff in here, so it's really practical. So that being done, let's put this back where it belongs, here. And then let's move into my newest edition, which is my new compact planner from the Rosy Life. And the reason why I've chosen this, now this is a book that I would never choose this myself. Linda told us, the PR team, that she wanted to gift us with a free planner, because this is the newest addition to her shop, and she wanted us to review it and play around, give you guys some ideas and test it out. And so far, I don't know, like, I love the fact that it is so small, but that also is a big problem for me, because I have been a horizontal planner for 30 plus years. I have just moved in, like I told you, even the TN size, which are these books, they are the TN size, and I can't even write in a vertical in this. So being given a vertical in this, that has been like, that is the biggest challenge. So I don't know yet what I will be doing, but here is where I'm at so far. I am going all in and making this my main planner, because when I take out all of my health stuff, all my productivity stuff, all my social media and all of that, then there's really not a whole lot left. So I don't need an A5 planner for that. So this could be perfect to add on as a third planner instead of having everything in once. So my first thing is, I bought the cover, because I wanted to make sure that I can use vellums and things to decorate my books. And this cover is just too small. So what I ended up doing was, actually, I cut my book cover on down here on the front and in the back. And that was just because it was too high. Like, it was so, I know that they're tight, they are all tight, but comparing it to, like, I had bought a Midori for a Hobonichi weeks. Now, I didn't think about the fact that I would need the mega. So I did the regular, so of course it wouldn't fit, because this is a full size, full year size. So But when it came to, this right here, the I don't know, the height of it, I had not a lot of room, but more than enough room. So I think that this clear cover should have been a tiny, teeny bit taller. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. That's not what I'm saying, but it was so tight. No matter what I tried, it would not work. I tried the hair dryer and everything, and not a chance. So I ended up cutting it down here. Then that actually worked. Like, I got it in, and I still could not close it and put the other side in. So I actually had to cut here along the lines as well. So this cover, I feel it should be both taller and a bit longer. Like, we're talking maybe, like, I don't know what the inches are like, because we use centimeters, but I would say it should have been probably half a centimeter, maybe not even that, but almost to half a centimeter, like, longer, and then just 0.3 maybe taller. So yeah, but I got it in. I am not happy about how it's working. Like, it's right now it's okay, because I've had it overnight laying, like, with my book on top. And so right now it feels really good, but I know as soon as I start using it and I want to put it back together, I'm going to have the same issue. So I am contemplating actually also taking off a little bit of the back as well, to see if that can help, because it did help cutting off some pieces, but you really shouldn't have to cut off when you have a new book. That's kind of sad. It feels kind of sad, like you have this new shiny book and you're super excited, but it looks fine and I am using it. So yeah, so let's dive in. Now, I didn't have any extra pockets, so I have not put in any pockets. I am contemplating doing that. And I just decorated a bit. So planner friends make the best friends. And then I had an older one, like living in the present moment. And then I set up, like, I'm not going to be using any trackers in here, because I have all my trackers in my productivity planner. So this is actually just going to be for my swatches, for my monthly swatches. So going into the month, here is what I did. And it looks really cute. Now, I love the fact that, now let me just say this right away, like, the book itself, the quality of the book itself is perfect. Like, I have no issues with that whatsoever, and it is the same as the A5, and I love the A5. So it's really nice quality. It doesn't, like, ghost, like, it takes a lot for it to ghost through. So yeah, I'm super happy with the quality of the book, and the fact that it is so small, it makes it a lot easier to carry around with me and take it with me anywhere I go. Just throw it in my purse. So that is a big plus. Because when I had the A5, I actually got a monthly booklet to throw in my purse. Now I can actually have my main planner with me. So that makes a huge difference. So that is a bonus. And I really liked how this turned out. I tried out some new numbers that I got, but I didn't really like them because they are like plastic. So I normally would use a Tombow to mark them and get some color in there, but that's not doable with these numbers. So next month I will doing things a little bit differently. But I love how the February kit turned out. And I am actually, since I've been around in so many planners now, I'm starting to get really low. So I'm actually starting to feel that FOMO, like fear of missing out. Pages that will not contain the same sticker sets, but we will see. And I do know that I have the big vellum that I could cut up, but that thing is huge when it comes to this tiny little book. So we shall see, we shall see. Now going into the weekly, I have made a big difference in this, and we are going, like, I'm going to do this setup every week. And I just got started like yesterday, so I was already starting the week, so I didn't film it. I wanted to sort of test the waters first. And what I ended up doing was, so the layout is like this, and of course this is way too small for me, so I can never use this book with this layout. But the awesome thing is, if Linda has sent us the horizontal layout, it would have been a lot harder to mix things up and change things up. So I am really grateful to have this, because now I can play around with different layouts. So what I did for this week was, I made it into this. So it's still a vertical, and I just broadened these lines and removed the other ones. So what I did, I'm going to show you on my next page. So what I did was, I actually removed these 3 lines right here. I removed all of this, and I drew a new line, like counting 7 squares. And then I redid these. So I counted 7, 7, and 6, because it is 20 squares, so it doesn't add up for like three columns. So I am not super happy, but I do have space here, so it doesn't really matter if I go over the lines right here. I don't know if I want to change it up and just move that like half a square to the side, so at least these 2 gets even. I might do that, but I wasn't too fond of this. But anyway, so I also moved this like to 7, 7, and then remove these stripes. And what I did was, I used a gel pen, and I love, like, it is a bit more work. You could just use the regular roller, like whiteout, but that will leave white marks. And by using a white gel pen, I just colored the line, and so it's not really gone. It's not white, but at the same time, it's more like it's fading into a natural color into the page, and that's why you can't really tell that there has been a line there. And I love how that looks. So I wanted to try this layout first. Now for next week, I'm going to do something completely different. We are not doing vertical, because I felt, yes, I got enough space here for the vertical to write in, but I felt like I have a little bit too less of a space. That was really nicely phrased. So the space here is basically just too small. I need more space. I want like a full page. So we're gonna try something different for next week. But so far, like writing in it and everything, I am good. It's a different feeling, because I've been used to the big planners, and so going into this small one is like, oh, it's a tiny, teeny, cute thing. It's a small, cute thing. But do I really like it? I don't know yet. I have to get used to it, I think. And this might just end up being like what I end up doing for years to come. I don't know yet. I have to give it a proper chance. And so for the dailies, I am basically just journaling. So I am doing the same as I did with my A5 planner. Since I have my dashboard for this month in my A5 and it's so big, I'm not able to cut it down, I actually just put in one of the other vellums, and I did some whiteout, and you can probably see it. I did some whiteout to make sure that I didn't have, like, it was a green leaf behind here. So I whited out and I put on the the month sticker that comes along with the kit. And then I used this one from the wrapping that said February, and I added just a few more touches. And that's when I figured like, oh, I'm getting short on stickers. So I haven't really put up a whole lot in here, and I haven't written a lot yet, but it will get better. So that is how far I have gotten with all of my planners. And if you have an input for me or an idea or a tip, like as you can see, now I have had this book open and automatically it's like it doesn't glide back in like it should be doing. So I'm gonna have to keep working on that. I don't think that is ever going to change. I did have sort of the same problem with my A5, and that doesn't have anything to do with the cover being from the Rosy Life Planner. I had the same thing with Lauren Phelps, so they are all tight, and it has to do with the fact that the cover of these books are soft. Like, you don't have that problem with the Hobonichi, because the Hobonichi has a thick front and back to it, so it will automatically glide back and forth a lot easier in the cover. So it is a common problem for all of these planners, and no matter what type it is, as long as they have this soft cover, it's going to be the same thing. So, but yeah, so that was all I had for this video, and let me know down in the comments if you have any tips or ideas for me. I would love to hear it, because like I said, I am in a process and I don't know where this journey is going to end. So until next time, I'll see you again soon.